Right guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today it's about sugar daddies, or rich benefactors as they're now called on FM. So there's three different types, well actually four different types, but like 3.5 I would say. Firstly there's foreground, which is like your cities, your PSGs you can see here. There's your background ones that are sort of like just scaled down sort of thing in the background. There's underwriters, which are basically ones that won't see you in debt, but they won't actively pump money into your club. And then there's underwriters that expect returns. So they'll give you money up front. It's sort of like a boss that will give you an advance on your wages, but then they won't pay you after. So they give you money, but then they expect it back. So basically, speculate to accumulate, and you have to give them it back. So that's the four different types. 3.5 sort of. But the first one is foreground, which are the big ones, the main ones that you guys probably hear for. Man City, PSG, Shakhtar have got one. It's probably how they can afford so many expensive Brazilians, and then they sell them on for more profit, which is proven to be done in their neck of the woods. You got Monaco as well. Have got one. I guess it's quite a rich country, Monaco, isn't it? It's just off France. It's sort of like its own little principality. Hertha Berlin, as we know, Newcastle have got one this year, and then there's some ones in the MLS that Americans are watching this video. They won't be surprised, but I think. I'm not surprised, but I don't think I expected them to be foreground. Atlanta, Los Angeles, well, two LA clubs, LA Football Club, LA Galaxy, and Toronto, which is obviously Canadian. We've got Almeria in Spain. Almeria have had this for a few years, actually, so they're a good save for some people. They are in the Smart Bank this year, so if you're thinking about managing in the second division of Spain, then Almeria might be the team for you. You've got Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. You've got a few in Saudi Arabia. Al Ali, Al Ittihad, and then you've got Lugano in Switzerland, which I didn't know at all, which is very, very, very surprising to me. Then obviously you've got Qatar, Saudi Arabia, another one, other ones that you'd expect in that part of the world, right? Shanghai Fort in China. Like you can see them all, right? Grasshopper Zurich have got one, which is quite surprising. I didn't know that. Again, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia all have one. Portugal. Estrela de Amadora, and they are in the second tier of Portugal. I think last year they were in the third tier, but that could be a good save for a few people. That'd be quite interesting. I don't think they have much history, but it looks like they found a rich guy and he's just going to pull them up the leagues, because last year I'm sure they got promoted. So soon you should see them in Liga NOS, you'd expect, right? That's what you'd expect. They'll become more well-known soon, I would imagine. Qatar again, and United Arab Emirates, more Qatar, more UAE. Basically, almost every single club in these. Look, it's Abu Dhabi and Doha, right? Like, they're rich places in the world, really. And Jeddah as well. Just some expected, I suppose. And then again, Portugal. Portugal got a lot of lower league clubs. So these guys are in the third tier in Portugal. So if you want to go even further down than Amadora, you've got Alverca and you've got Lusitania La Rosa. Or La Rosa. Yeah, La Rosa I'll go with. Third division, obviously the north and the south. So you can have, maybe, I don't know, maybe you and your friend want a network game. One of you go in the third division north, one of you go in the third division south. You've both got sugar daddies, and you can see how far it takes to get to the top. I don't know, just a little idea for some guys. And then we've got one from Malaysia, which is the only one in Malaysia. You've got Johor Darul Tazim. And then the bottom, one in Poland, which is on its own, sort of. I don't know which league that's in. The I'm guessing that's the fourth league in Poland. It's in Krakow. I wonder if we just quickly go to the league and see what tier it is. Is that tier 4? 5? Wow. Okay, so they're in tier 5 of Poland. So obviously you won't be able to find them in the base game. You're going to have to download a Polish database, but that's interesting. That's very interesting. So how much money do they get to start with? That could be a good little save for a few people. They start with nothing. Rich benefactor increases starting finances. It's ticked as well. So I imagine when you take over, you get more money. That's crazy. That's a good little save, I suppose, if you can find a Polish database. I'll tell you what, I'll have a quick look after this video, and I will post a link if I can find a Polish database. So if there's one in the link below, I've found it. If there's not, guess what? I've not found it. But yeah, I'll have a quick look after this video, and I'll see if I can help you guys out while it's uploading to YouTube. I'll have a look. Foreground is there. So this is background again. This is sort of like just scaled down version, to be honest. So it'll still help, but not as it won't be as big as those clubs. You might notice the clubs, to be fair. So we've gone with like high reputation, and it's like Wolves. Yeah, Wolves do spend money. Olympiacos, yeah, they do too. I didn't know Utrecht have one, and there's a few teams in Greece actually. Bournemouth, yeah. You see what I mean? Like Bournemouth do spend money. When they're in the Premier League, especially, I think they've got a Russian guy in charge, and they do spend money, but they don't spend it like your cities and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that does make sense to me. Sunderland, I suppose they can't spend too much money because there's a cap in League One, I think, on wages. So once Sunderland get out of League One and enter the Championship, I imagine they'll be at the top of the Championship eventually. I think they're American, Sunderland's owners, but yeah, just we've got teams in Greece. We've got Utrecht in Holland. That could be a good save from some people. Olympiacos, Wolves, Universidad de Chile, Hyundai Motors in South Korea, Bournemouth, Famalicão. Yes, Famalicão have one. They have had one for a few years now. Is it Sion in Switzerland? Zurich again. The other Zurich club have got a background one. Pohang Steelers again. Japan. Team in Congo. I think that's one of the most successful clubs in Africa. I think Mazembe. I think they've won the Champions League a few times in that continent. Gamba Osaka in Japan. Again, Portugal. Portimonense. You know, there's a few Portuguese teams. It could be a good place to do a save this year. You've got Persepolis in Iran. You see those at the end of the Champions League in that will be Asian Champions League. Yeah, you got Tehran, O'Higgins in Chile, Lausanne. There's a lot in Switzerland as well, isn't there? Egypt, Pyramids Football Club, Sunderland, Mexico, Atlante. A lot in Switzerland, yeah, wow, okay. China, Japan, Thailand, Turkey. Just feel free to stop the video, guys. If I can't go through every single club, so feel free to stop it at any point you want, and you guys can have a look at this. Ibiza in Spain, Santhi in Greece. I think they're in the second tier in Greece. They are. That could be a good save as well. Thailand, Bangkok, which you'd expect being is that capital, isn't it? Bunyon Core, that's where Samuel Eto'o went and played for a while, I think. I could be wrong. Check my football knowledge in that. Switzerland again. FC Andorra. See, I didn't know that. Okay, so I've got... okay, I didn't know that. So I have a save on Twitch. I stream every night except Mondays, so I'm streaming tonight. And I'm FC Andorra. So what I am is I'm a manager of FC Andorra and Andorra, the national team. So I'm hoping to win the World Cup with the national team by producing players through my club. And as you can see, Andorra are based in Andorra, but they play in the Spanish football system. And they have a background chairman. Now, in real life, Gerard Piqué is in charge. Well, he's the owner. He's not the chairman. He's someone else. Obviously, in the game, he can't be listed as a chairman because he's a player for Barcelona. But this makes sense because what happened with me at Andorra is I didn't get a lot of money to spend, but when I needed money in the club in terms of the finances, when I went under, they did give me money to put it back up. Now, just this last season, so end of season 3, start of season 4, when I got into La Liga. Well, I finished my first season in La Liga. I'm starting my second season in La Liga tonight. I got a message at the end of the season saying he's scaled down his funding. So I wonder if that means he's gone from background to underwriter. I wonder if he's gone now to an underwriter chairman. Because he said, I got a message saying he scaled his funding down. And I thought at the time, I'm thinking, you didn't really have much funding. But yeah, he didn't give me much to spend. I've not had anything to spend. But in terms of the finances in the club as itself, they have helped me out and just kept putting money in. Not loads, but making sure I had a healthy amount. So yeah, that makes sense. That's probably a bit more of an insight of how that one works. Mexico again, Cancun, Thailand, Greece again. Greece have got a lot. To say their economy's in like tatters. I was going to say shatters. Would that work? I don't know. Semi-pro team as well. Wow. Okay. Portugal again, Salgueiros. They're in the 4th tier, I believe. I think that's the 4th tier. Crazy. Kuwait Sporting Club, Salford, obviously owned by the Man United guys, class of '92. Thailand, Portugal again, Belenenses. Switzerland, Queen's Park in Scotland. That's in Glasgow. I didn't know that. That could be an interesting save for a few people. Queen's Park. Trying to fight it out with the other big Glasgow teams. You've got Switzerland again, a team called SCYF Juventus. Another team in Kuwait, China again. Ireland, Shelbourne FC, that could be an interesting one for some guys. Wrexham, obviously with the American owners, the Hollywood stars. Portugal again, that's tier 4. FC Black Stars in Switzerland, semi-professional. Portugal again. Okay, that makes sense. That's the team that have got the green colours. Yeah, okay. I realised, I wondered why, I'd never heard of those guys, but they rose at the top of the league when I was in Portugal. Makes sense. Istanbul, that could be a good save for a few people. Second division of Turkey, Pendik Spor Kulübü. They're in Istanbul, so that could be quite cool. So this is sort of a video of sugar daddies, but also saves to try, I suppose. So we've got a bit of it both. Yeah, again, just China, Malaysia, a lot of those Singapore. But there's a lot in Switzerland, Portugal and Greece I've seen. A few in England too. And obviously we'll go to Underwriter real quick. I don't want to waffle on too long. I don't want this video to go on for too long. Charlton FC are there. There's a lot in England here. These are Chelsea and Underwriter now. Okay, so Chelsea, I wonder what Underwriter means exactly then. Is that sort of maybe then where they spend money when they need to? Because there's some big clubs there. It looks like that's sort of more better to have than background. We're looking at the clubs here. Maybe it's not. Maybe I need to find the exact wording on that and put it in the description below. I might do that as well. If I can put the description below, I'll put the Polish database if it's there, and I'll put the description of Foreground, Background, and Underwriter Chairman. But I'm pretty sure they do go in order, because it's not alphabetical, is it? B would go before F, so apologies. So yeah, maybe it's just healthy clubs then. They just put money in when needed, sort of like, I don't know. But there's a lot in Turkey again there. Galatasaray, Besiktas, the top clubs. Chelsea, Zenit St. Petersburg. Leipzig, Leicester, Hoffenheim. Russia, Fenerbahce, Spartak Moscow, France again, Mexico. Yeah, the big clubs, aren't they, these? They're big clubs. Villa, Everton, West Ham. Yeah, okay, Southampton, I suppose. Yeah, it makes sense. Watford. Do Watford spend a load of money, though? I don't know. Fulham, do they spend a lot of money? It seems like it's just all English clubs, this, because like there's a lot of money in England. Do you know what I mean? Brentford, I don't know. Cardiff, do Cardiff spend a lot of money? I don't think they do. I could be wrong. If you're a Cardiff fan, let me know. Stoke, Middlesbrough. No, I don't know. I don't know what this is about then. Maybe it's just like really rich people that don't want to go overboard. I guess they've got really rich owners and they don't want to go overboard. Maybe that's it. I don't know if Preston have got rich owners though. I could be wrong here. I could be massively wrong. Reading have got financial problems, so I wouldn't have thought they've got an Underwriter chairman. But again, Sheffield Wednesday again, problems with finances last year. They had to literally lie about their finances and basically they sold their stadium and put it on the accounts of the year before to try and dodge the taxes, dodge the whatever they dodged. Charlton, Crete, Greece again. There's a lot in Greece. South Korea, Japan, England. There's a lot of the same countries, isn't there? There's a lot of Asian countries. Yeah, Tractor Sport, Iran. But yeah, this is basically like if you want to pause it, Rotherham. Yeah, Rotherham Underwriter chairman. I'm not sure how this works. Like I said, I'll find the link, and I'll put the description of what each one means in the comments below, in the description below. But yeah, there's a lot of clubs here that you wouldn't expect. Crawley Town. There's an Underwriter chairman. Maybe I've not noticed it. Dagenham and Redbridge. I think it just must be rich owners that don't spend beyond their means, but they can if they want. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Maybe if you get into trouble, they bail you out, but otherwise, if you're doing fine, they'll leave you alone. I don't know. York, Ebbsfleet. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm just going to keep going down. Chorley as well in England. Malaysia, Singapore. There's just a lot of different clubs. Spennymoor Town in the Vanarama North. Mad. Crazy. South Shields in England as well. That's not even playable, that team. They're in the Tier 7, that would be, wouldn't it? Buxton again, Tier 7. Myanmar, Hong Kong, Singapore, Bangladesh, China. Well, Chinese Taipei, Macau, Wales. Yeah, well, that's the list then. There's a huge... Let's just really quickly, check out Underwriter with expect returns. There's not much there. Okay, so these are mostly Chinese clubs, Mexican club, 3 Mexican clubs, and a Portuguese, Estoril Piraia. Okay, they're in Liga NOS too. So yeah, they I don't know what that means. Like I said, I'll put it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you did, or you gleaned any information from it, and maybe a new save you got from it. I'd appreciate if you could like the video and subscribe too. We're close. I think we're like 11 or 12 subs off 1,500. So if you can hit that, if we can hit that maybe in the next couple of days, that would be fantastic. Please do that if you've not done it already. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.